blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air.
Of all the games that Taito have produced for the arcades, and there have been a lot, there are several genuine classics amongst them. Space Invaders, Arkanoid, Chase HQ are just a few of them. Personally though, there is one series that I love above all of these, 1986's Bubble Bobble. It tells the tale of two brothers, Bub and Bob, turned into dragons who are trying to rescue their girlfriends from the ominous cave of monsters and return them to human form. It's standard video game fare, designed merely to frame 100 levels of frantic, challenging action. The main concept is fairly simple. Clear a level by capturing all the monsters and bubbles and popping them. As with so many arcade games though, it's this simple concept that makes the game easy to pick up, but difficult to master. Enemies move in distinct and mostly predictable patterns, but as the player progresses, new enemies appear that must be dealt with. There are many power-ups as well, each of which offers a buff for a new ability. Bonus items are plentiful, and make the game as much about gaining a high score as it is about seeing how many levels can be cleared. Varied level layouts make clever positioning a key skill, which comes with time and experience. As well as the blocks and platforms that make up each stage, there are invisible air currents which will move loose bubbles around. This can be as simple as directing them to the hole in the ceiling, which loops back to the floor, or causing them to collect within a certain part of the level. There are numerous skills involving these bubbles that players will need to master to complete the game too. One of these, where the player can actually jump on a bubble momentarily without it popping, allows access to platforms that may otherwise be completely inaccessible. A further version of this technique allows the player to actually jump through the hole in the roof and loop back to the floor below. Both of these are essential to completing the game. Overall, there are three things that really make Bubble Bobble stand out for me. First of all is the distinctive design of Bub and Bob, characters who are still extremely well known, though they are perhaps better known now for the Puzzle Bobble or Bust-A-Move games. Their design is iconic, and it's telling that when I posted the teaser picture for this run of arcade attacks, people were immediately able to spot that it was them. Perhaps less well known is that Bubble Bobble was one of the earliest games to have multiple endings. Completing the game in single player isn't enough. Only in multiplayer do the brothers get returned to human form and reunited with their girlfriends. Even then, there's still the super mode to clear, a much harder version of the main game. But again, this has to be done in multiplayer, where the game's third and final ending is revealed. Finally, there's the music. That glorious loop of what I can only describe as pure joy. It's endlessly fun, somehow managing to be both not annoying and still memorable some 30 years after its original release. It's up there with the best video game music ever made in my opinion, and is one of only a few games that composer Tadashi Kimijima seems to have worked on. I have little else to add about Bubble Bobble. It's a true classic of the video games industry, as addictive and perfectly formed today as it was back in 1986. It's been ported to just about every platform under the sun at some point or another, and received multiple sequels and spin-offs, the most notable of which was its direct sequel Rainbow Islands, and the aforementioned Puzzle Bobble. If you haven't played it, I can't urge you enough to give it a go. Thanks for watching this episode of Arcade Attacks. Remember to like and subscribe to see more of our videos, and to come and visit us at grcade.co.uk.